Yes, people, and welcome back to Normalski TV, the What's Going On podcast show. This is good to be back. Please, if you're new, smash that like button, subscribe, and share on the road to 1K. And listen, it's a journey, guys. It's a journey. Listen, I want to get there. We've got to a final. Arsenal have finally got to a final after 6 long years, and we will get into that. A lot to talk about. And we're gonna be talking all things football, as you well know. We're gonna be talking about the Carabao Cup last night, the games at the weekend. So much is on the menu tonight, and hopefully, obviously, we've got Big D in the green room waiting to give his thoughts on the weekend games and also on the Carabao Cup games and everything else concerning football outside of football. Hopefully, there's a couple of other guys will come on, but if not, it's just me and Big D. Let's do this. So listen, I'm going to stop waffling on and I'm bringing Mr. Big D. If my cursor thing will work here. That's it. Yeah, there you go. Big D, what you saying, man?
Yeah, what's going on, Norms?
You all good?
Yeah, getting there, bro. Getting there, man. All
yeah,
good,
man.
Yeah, man.
All right, let's get my mic. So I've got to put my mic in place. That'd be great, isn't it? Sound a bit far away, didn't it, mate? You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Big up to you, man. And listen, how's your week been? How's your weekend been?
Yeah,
you know you're going to be busy in a couple of hours time, and that, you know what I mean. But yeah, how you been doing?
Yeah, I've been okay. I just said to you about centering the back room, just setting up last minute stuff for laying my uncle to rest tomorrow up in the West Midlands.
Yeah,
so
condolences again, bruv. You know
man. Yeah, respect Norms. So yeah, a bit of a busy one. But yeah, we're gonna give him a good send off. We're going with the full band, the singers, everything. You know what I mean? So he's getting a proper.
If anybody doesn't know, my man is a bad man basis. You know what I mean? We're gonna get all the old basis, all right.
I try things. So yeah, we're gonna.
This is our second job. Well, should we say our third job? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Good hobby to have. A good hobby to have.
Yeah, good hobby to have. So, I remember when. Funny enough, talking about that, I remember when we was in this is going back 20 plus years, if not more. We was in Thailand, and they thought
yeah.
They thought we were superstars, and we played on it. We went to this musician shop, and he had all these guys full. No, it's Hong Kong, sorry.
And Hong Kong, the music shop,
cameras flashing us and that. I was thinking, yo,
it was so funny.
The day in the life of a famous person. Yeah, we lived that for a day. It is what it is, man. But big up to you, Big D, for coming on, man. We've got a lot to talk about. But let me just quickly get to the chat. And the Kwaja, as always first in there. The Perez of the mods. And you know, he's always there supporting all the channels. So big up to you, Kwaja, and just say big up to Norski in the panel. And good evening to everyone. 4 in the house. Hopefully, we'll have some more people. I know there's a lot of other streams going on. So, Jez, big up to Jez. Is doing his stream right now. And so listen, we're going to get talking. So smash the like, subscribe to the channel as you enter, people. And come on, get me to 1K, 4 likes so far. So keep smashing those likes. Man. So look, on the menu as usual, we will be looking at the Prem games at the weekend. Some of them, not going to look at every one of them, but there were some games that are sort of stood out. And I've put under this one a great away performance win at Ellen Road against a tricky Leeds, mate. And look, last week, you know, sort of after losing to you guys, you know what I mean? You know, you're going away to a tricky Leeds, man. It's just not easy. Ain't easy, man. Ain't easy.
Sure.
And then we're gonna look at a bit of ref watch. I mean, there's some couple of controversial moments in the old ref watch, especially in that Villa game with the ball going out and they restarted it after 19, something is like 19, 20 seconds. Tammy Abrams getting a goal, but they went back because some people were saying whether it was conclusive. Well, when I looked at it, it looked like the ball was out. To me, it looked like it was clearly out, but you know, we can talk about that. Kai Havertz's dagger. Hey, Kai Havertz's dagger. An Italian.
That's what he's been waiting for, Norm. He's been waiting for Kai to come back from injury. Trust me.
Bro. An Italian performance from Citeh and his merry men. Big up. 3 wins in a row, Big D. Is the Man U fan on course to cut his hair? Because I think you're saying he's waiting for them to win 5 games in a row.
5, innit? Yeah. You see how big his hair is now, though? It's wild, you know.
Bro, I don't know how. You know what I mean? But listen, Carrick is doing the job down at there, so we will get into a little bit with Carrick, and whether he should be the permanent manager, you know what I mean, or we getting to earn. I mean, the fact that he's still an interim manager, is it going to go down the same route as Oli at the wheel? Is it going to go down that road? And obviously, we're going to look at the what's going on prediction results for game week 24, and obviously a quick shout out for the fantasy Prem shout out this week. But yeah, let's get into it, Big D. I think let's get that. I mean, obviously, I want to talk about the Leeds game. Arsenal going away to Leeds. Big up us everyone. What do you say, brother? Big up to you, man.
Yeah, man. Big up, man.
Going away to Leeds. Listen, a tricky away ground. Leeds, doing quite well.
Yeah.
They, I think, in the last games. I mean, obviously, they've drawn a few games, lost a couple, but they've done well. They've done well, and going away to there weren't going to be easy. And we needed to, go and lay down a marker. And we went there and win that game. And let me just go to that game. That was Saturday. Saturday, 3 o'clock kickoff.
3 o'clock, yeah.
Man City were playing it. Yeah, go on, you say.
I'll say it's a very tough and toxic place to go in terms of fan base is nuts. Like I know they always clash with us. So I imagine that, when a London club comes down, I can imagine it's quite volatile for you guys to go there and score 4 is like, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, no, look. I mean, my match reaction, I said that we went down there, didn't expect it when I'd done a professional job.
Yeah,
as I say, under a bit of pressure after losing against you guys, and Arteta saying that, listen, we're going to enjoy the rest of the season. We're going to get in that boat, the fans, and enjoy the ride. And I've got a couple of little snippets to put up on the screen, just to kind of just just to show our sentiments or our feelings of our Arteta's feeling. Big up Gianni every time he's got his channel. Please go and subscribe to Gianni Talks Car. Let's write this right. Cal COTV. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but if not, Gianni TV. So let's hear. But I'm telling you, Skeleto TV. If I pronounced that right, listen, I'm butchering it. Yeah. Just go to Gianni and go. I think he's done 2 or 3 shows, live shows now. So his channel is up and running. So go and support him. I did go watch a little bit of him and Aaron, and a bit of him and big up to Shane as well. AFC always win. What you say, man?
Yeah, big up AFC.
Good to see you, and Kwaja as usual, getting in his link in there. Go and subscribe to Gianni, doing a great job, and his football knowledge is on another level.
Yeah, that's good.
Fast flying football at last against Leeds. Yes, or AFC. A very good professional job. A complete comparison when you look at what we did yesterday. Some people are going to say, listen, it was trepid, boring football. But listen, because Chelsea had to come to us and win that game. We just needed to look after that 1-0 thing. And we will get into that in a bit. Congratulations on 150 subscribers. Yeah, man. Big up to you, man. 150. And let the work keep going, man. Keep the hard work going, man. And I'm sure you will be at 1K sooner than what you think. And people, remember, I need to get to 1K before the season ends. Just like Arteta has now got to one destination, and that's the Wembley final. That's the Wembley final. Wembley! Come on.
One at a time, Bridget. You know already.
Loving it, mate. I just love it. But yeah, listen, we go away, and Leeds, they set up in a 3-5-2. And that was the thing I was a little bit worried about, because, as I say, a hostile place to go to, D. And as I say, coming off the back of that loss against you guys, it was like a dagger, that Cunha goal. And you're thinking now, we need to go to Leeds and do something. And look, and then essentially we've then gone seeing Aston Villa, lose to Brentford with Brentford with 10 men and they played, I think, maybe 45 minutes plus. Because the guy got sent off. I think it was a violent conduct. Some people say it was soft. And then Citeh going to Tottenham, And
Yeah,
listen, we're going to quickly go into that game. We're going to kind of link it with what we done and that game.
yeah.
I don't know what's going on, because I did talk about City being under a bit of pressure and sort of talking some nonsense at the moment. So we'll see. Congrats to Arsenal, ladies. Yes, Renee, again, another. Listen, she's been at that now 18 months now, and she's won two trophies. Yeah, is it 2 trophies? 2 or 3? Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's 2 trophies. But yeah, so yeah, D, in that lineup, for us, we had Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Pierre Inkipe at left back. He started Zubamendi, Rice, Madueke getting a goal and an assist. Now, when he's crossed that ball in, the adjudicator said it eventually gave it to him. It was an own goal at first because the keeper has literally looked like he punched it. Darlow looked like he punched it into the net. But because some people say it was on target, it was going in. If the guy wasn't there, it would have gone straight in. And he came out after his post-match. They interviewed by the way, Katie saying, "Come on, man, guy, just give me the goal, man." And he's now got a goal and an assist. You know, Zubamendi opening up the the run-ins with a headed goal. It was a little bit slow to start with. Do you know what I mean? But Big D,
but sure, that was 27th minute.
Leeds didn't offer nothing.
Yeah,
Leeds didn't offer nothing, man.
I watched the highlights and you saw that it was such a dominant performance in terms of ball retention, creativity. You actually created quite some decent chances.
Yeah, so, I mean, if I'm just looking at the stats, I mean, look, we had 51% possession. We had 8 shots on target, so we was very efficient. In total, we had total of 14 shots compared to their 3 shots.
Right. Yeah, 14. Yeah, 14.
So we really nullified them. We kept the crowd quiet.
Right.
Absolutely quiet. Actually, it could have been a problem going to a Leeds, and Ellen Road, old school ground. You know what I'm saying? So I think they're looking to upgrade it at some point. There's talks
renovation,
about renovating it, and I think saw some of the plans for it. And it looks quite nice. But look, Daniel Farke had changed up the system because he was kind of hemorrhaging a little bit after. I think it was against Man City in the second half where he went with 2 up front, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and then Harrison sort of kind of. It depended who was playing off a bit, but they went with well, it's saying they're 4-2-3-1, but they essentially went with a 3-5-2.
Because he'd been on good form as well, Norm. Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah. Because I think he's got.
And then, but he just like he's dipped a little bit last couple of games now.
Yeah.
And then he started him on the bench 2 games ago, and I think that threw him. I think when he's fit, he's a rhythm striker. You've got to play him until he gets injured again. That's in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like I look at the way he's been. He's not a bad striker. It's more about his fitness. So I think to keep him effective, you have to play him until he gets injured, and then you figure it out without him.
Just to cut in here, yeah. So thanks again, Quadra, for putting up the team news. I don't see no Haaland.
Yeah, this is what he's doing. He started to rotate them, him and Mamouche.
I know, but Haaland, he hasn't been a couple of games. He hasn't been playing well. And
he's definitely not on form, though, is he?
No, he wasn't on form. And in that Tottenham game, he just even though they were, they were in the first half, they were literally in second gear, and Tottenham didn't offer nothing. But I think when they got when Tottenham got one of the goals back in that, and then you saw Haaland, he was like hugging up one of the opposition players, and people said, "What's he doing?" It's it's just like, you know what I mean? You're thinking you're chasing an Arsenal and you're just so lethargic and, you know what I mean? Just really in the game and that. So I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, something's gone on there. Something's behind closed doors.
Again, and I mean, look, it could be rotation. It could be rotation. Not only that, listen, they got a massive game away to Liverpool this Sunday. So maybe that's the reason. So he's going to start Mamouche. Then listen, they're 2-0 up. So they've got the advantage. I don't know whether Newcastle's going to do anything, to be honest.
They're a good team, no? Look at that front line.
This is Newcastle's team. So Ramsdale, Trippier, Botman, Burn,
Botman's back from injury.
Ramsey, Gordon, and Ron Savade.
So strong team again, another strong team. The thing is, I think with Newcastle, just got to throw the kitchen sink at it now.
That's what they got to do.
Yeah, just roll the dice and however it lands.
And this is something that we will talk about. This is something that Chelsea, I don't know what they were doing. I wanted to question Ez. I did put something on. You see, everybody was having a go at me the week when you guys beat us, and there was no show for me. I wasn't talking, so I just put on the chat. Ez, are you okay? Or Ez, unlucky, mate. And I still don't know the response from him. He might watch this back on playback. That's all.
It's probably getting pressure from Sounds as well. So you know what I mean. That's the unfortunate thing when you have a divided football house. That boy, when you lose to the spouse, that's a painful one, bro.
It's painful, brother.
You still got to lay down in the bed and quiet your skin.
That's painful. No, that is painful. I text the other Chelsea guy in Dubai. Yeah. And he was very salty. He was very salty. I said, Dave, why are you being so salty? He goes, I hope Man City beat you. I was like, that's unlucky, mate. You know, but come on, man. You won enough of those Carabao Cups. The last time we won a Carabao Cup was 1993, mate.
Right.
Merson.
The ones.
And Mr. Morrow. You know what I mean? So, it's just great to know that for the first time in 6 years, we are now back in a final.
Fair play.
I am positive. Even though the game wasn't how I wanted it to be, but listen, Arteta knows best. So who am I to argue?
Get over the line, innit?
I ain't the manager. You know what I'm trying to say? I ain't the manager. AFC always says, I don't care who we play in the final. I want revenge on Newcastle for last year and City for beating us in the final 2018. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, mate. That one. That was Aguero ball over the top. I don't know what we was doing, mate. Yeah. Team news. Haaland on the bench. Starts for Newcastle United. And
they always make a big deal about that when Haaland does get, whether we say he's being rested or he's being dropped. Either way, like it's a long season. You know what I mean? You're up in Manchester playing on them wet, heavy rain, sodden pitches. Like rotate. If you've got a good enough striker, rotate. Like I don't really have a problem with it. It's just not good for fantasy because you don't know where he's going to start now. Going the further Man City go in Europe and in other cup competitions, then the more you're going to see this rotation with Pep in the front line. So just something that the fan base is going to have to get used to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not a secret.
Yeah. But getting back to the Leeds game, as I said, tricky away game. But listen, we did the business. I'm really pleased about that. As I say, Madueke, Martin has remained the 27th minute assist from Noni Madueke. And up until that point, it was just like feeling our way. Do you know what I mean? And I think once we got that goal, as I said, they didn't offer nothing. I think when you look at One Football and you looked at the ratings for the Leeds players, a lot of them were in the red, and it wasn't good reading. It wasn't good reading. So Zubimendi gets the first goal, nice assist from Noni Madueke. Then Noni Madueke from the corner, and he was to be fair, he was taking some good corners, like putting it right on the button. Do you know what I mean? So I was kind of pleased. And the thing about Noni Madueke, he's still got a long way to go in my books. Because I just still think he can get past players, he can do all the trickery, but he's just the end product. I can't remember what game it was in. I think it was, what game was it in where he shanked the ball? He's got to kick it. He's kicked it square on the other way. I'm like, you know what I mean? What are you doing here? You know? And it's just his end product. If he can sort his end product, listen, look, Saka's out injured. He got injured in the warm up. So Madueke replaced. He got injured in the warm up. So you're thinking, oh, here we go. The difference with Madueke compared to Saka, Madueke is more direct. But Saka, who's not direct, has the more end product. Should I say? That's the thing that I'm thinking. AFC. Rodri needs to hold that. Man's moaning about. He goes. He was talking about. Listen, I'm all over the place, but you essentially know what I'm talking about because of how we played and beat Leeds. They would end up dropping points. To Tottenham at the Tottenham. Now Tottenham is notorious being their bogey team. They are their bogey team. But when I was watching that game, right on that Sunday afternoon, the atmosphere was just dead. This is the Tottenham Stadium. It was dead, quiet. And I'm thinking. And then Tottenham weren't offering nothing. That literally, Man United were in First gear.
City,
First gear,
City,
mate.
City.
City, sorry, City, sorry.
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. I think we got them soon. We got them soon, mate. We got them soon.
Yeah. No, they were
Yeah.
in first gear. Right? They were in
Yeah.
first gear. And they Tottenham offered nothing. Offered nothing. And Semenyo gets the second goal. Right, I think it was Churchy gets the first goal, 2-0. They get booed off, and that come out. He said they got to play better than this. They have to play better than this. Now, City, there was a stat that came up with City that in the last how many games they've conceded like they've conceded 16 goals in the second half of games.
Oh wow,
16 goals. So it just shows that, do you know what I mean? When it comes to that, they're a little bit vulnerable. Their defense is vulnerable.
Level of switching off.
Score goals. Vulnerables, they can score goals, but to let Tottenham back in. And did you see the score? Oh, okay, first of all, was it a foul, Big D? Was it a foul when what's the name kicked through? Solanke kicked through. People said he got the ball, but Rodri was moaning and saying, "Oh." Let me just give you the context. He was moaning and saying that they don't want us to win. The referees need to be neutral, and he went on a proper rant. And then you got Pep talking about, it might be tongue in cheek, but he was talking about, Arsenal with all the money next spread, all these teams above us. Yeah, he's a little bit cheesed off with his owners because he didn't feel that he got the money to spend it. Come on, man, you're spending money here, so it could be tongue in cheek.
Always trying to buy the league, isn't it?
Yeah, but is it a bit of pressure? Yeah. Are they feeling a bit of pressure? Because
of course they are.
Was that a foul in your eyes, D? Was that a foul in your eyes, or because when you look at it in slow motion, it just
remember it always looks worse in slow as well, Norm.
Exactly. It
always looks worse in slow. And the thing is,
he didn't even look at it. I don't know if he went and looked at the VAR. I think they just think they even looked at VAR.
And so on another day, that's given as we know. But in that moment, it's like, nah, just play football, man. And too often, I think what's happening now, they're actually letting VAR ruin the game and then give decisions that are like, well, nah, like in the real moment, you saw what you saw, you were happy with it. Cool. Now you go to VAR and now you're changing your mind because of what? Like what you saw is what you saw. That's why I don't like the slow motion thing. Just play it at full speed when he goes to the screen, but let's slow it all down and patch by patch by patch. Like I say, on another day, it may have gone the other way. But for me, I'm like, nah, just play football, man. Not every physical challenge is a foul.
Well, Rodri, listen, he could have got sent off. He could have got 2 yellow cards in that game. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
So he's there moaning and moaning. He's got away with it as well.
That's what I'm saying. It's just let him play football, man. Because the thing is, we've watched enough football to know that's a leg breaker. Or you know what I mean? Like, when you see a tackle, you're like, nah, he's got to go for that. That's a potential leg breaker there. Even if he doesn't break a leg. So you look at that and say, yeah, man, because it's about timing as well. One, is that intentional? 2, are there studs up? All these factors that come into those decisions in the moment. But in real speed, did it look dangerous? No, I don't think it did. But it's a hard one. And so you're always going to get, like you say, when a team is needing to, they need to not drop points to stay in touch of distance with you guys. They're dropping points to Tottenham, and we know Tottenham.
Well, we need to. Listen. Obviously, we got Sunderland at home this Saturday, so we could potentially make it 9 points, which will then put more pressure on City going into that Liverpool game. It's a massive game, and so we need to do our bit of the which is again they've left the door open again for us. You know what I mean? Those last 3 games where we dropped. We dropped with 2 points in 9. Yeah, out of 9 points there, or dropped 7 points if you want to put
7 points. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Liverpool,
and that shows a bit of pressure as well, Norm.
Yeah,
on your part, where you the win gives you the gap, and then you draw or you lose. Then the win gives you a gap, you draw again. You think, goodness, and then you lose to us, and then straight away. Everyone's like, they're crumbling. It's panics. And then you go to Leeds, a hard place, and handle it. So then, and obviously a bit of squad rotation as well, i.e. through injury, but he still had to make it. and I think that's what Arsenal maybe in the past didn't do, like bounce back quickly rather than going to Leeds and drawing that game. So you've gone there and was convincing. Another clean sheet.
Yeah, it was absolutely convincing.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, Gabriel comes on for Madueke
yeah,
in the 61st minute. Kai Havertz comes off. Martin Odegaard comes on.
Yes, right. Yeah,
Eddie was dropped.
man,
So
Victor.
Arteta seems to be listening to the cautious gooners or the bottom gooners, as like some people like to call us. Yeah, because he's dropping stinker after stinker, and I'm glad he dropped him. He brought him on. He did get what we call a pre-assist. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
was playing the ball kind of forward, if you wanna call it that. But Gabriel Martinelli on the right hand side. Actually, he didn't actually. So he went to the right, and Trossard obviously stayed on. For me, Trossard just hangs on the ball too long, man. Too long. But listen, Martinelli gets the assist for my man, the Glock.
My man, the Glock.
My man, the Glock. You know what I mean? And listen, he looked happy. It was just good to see him happy. You know what I mean? Because you know when you feed the Glock, he will score. You know what I mean? Listen, some people got their opinions on him that he's not a very good footballer. Yes, he's not a very good footballer, but put the ball in the right place for him. Yeah. And he will score. He's our top goal scorer now in front of Owen Goles. Yeah. If you heard of Owen Goles, have you heard of him?
Yeah. because that's all the memes, isn't it now? Like Owen Goal FC and all that madness. You know,
listen, man. Big up Tyrone.
Set pieces are set pieces. Yes, Tyrone. And this is what set pieces do. That's why I want us to work on more of that. Because set pieces are going to get mistakes.
Yeah.
Like you, I'm not saying we got a rug attack on the goalkeeper like you lot, you know what I mean? But but at least get in there and make defenders and the goalkeeper.
You're just
work.
talking about that. You're saying about rugby, you know, tackling the goalkeeper and that. This whole crowd in the goalkeeper and everything. I think this is something that maybe the Prem is going to look into to cut out next season.
In terms of protection.
I know a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if it was a couple of weeks ago. You mentioned something about goalkeepers need to be protected and like this whole crowding them out and everything. Because I think I can't remember what game it was. I don't know if it was your keeper was getting crowded out and you wasn't too happy about
because
the way they went about things.
Yeah, because I think with the blocking, like if you're both jumping up together, I'm okay with that.
Oh, it was actually our game. It was our game because we got set piece.
And like I think when the goalkeeper's been like held down, stamping on his feet, all that kind of stuff, that's not football. You know what I mean? Like if you as centre backs out jump that goalkeeper's fist, head the ball in, I'm cool with that because you've gone together. He's come to fist it. You've got there before, bam, your head in, but. Holding down of his shirt, stamping on his feet. Yeah, like just play football. You'll win the game. When you play raw football, you'll win the game.
Dark hearts, mate. It's dark hearts. Bro.
Yeah, that's what we say, dark hearts, yeah. But then everyone should be allowed to do it then, Norm, without being penalised. Like you just play a level playing field.
I think it's something that they're going to want to try and stamp out.
For sure.
So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see our Arsenal now going to games now with, they're probably going to have to rethink their set pieces and Jova will have to go back to the drawing board and think of something else. But Victor Gokres getting the goal in the 65th minute, that calmed everything down because Leeds in the second half was coming on to us a little bit, but then...
Yeah, just trying to play a bit,
Yeah, Victor came in, scores that goal, an assist from Gabriel Martinelli, and then Gabriel Jesus, he comes on for Victor Gokres in the 76th minute, and then he scored a lovely goal, an assist from Martin Odegaard. So he's come on, he's sat
the creator.
He sat his butt down. Arteta sat his butt down, and he said, "Right, I need to come on." And sometimes that's what it takes. Listen, he ain't gonna take the captaincy away from him. Yeah,
no,
I don't think he's captain material, but according to Arteta, the players voted for him, and so this is who he is. But when I watch him with my eyes, I don't see him going to games, away games, and vital games and taking the game by the scruff of the neck.
Yeah,
he's not that kind of player for me. Do you know what I'm saying? So, So listen, we win the game 4-0. Over to you, Man City. And as I say, can you hear
me? Yeah. Now, I'm getting hot with my headphones for some reason. My ears are getting hot. I'm like, what's going on here?
Over to Man City, and as I say, they went to the Tottenham Hotspur and
Yeah.
the North London together. Yeah, when we needed Tottenham to beat
To come
beat
correct.
City, yeah. But
Yeah.
on this situation, Thomas Frank, second half got something out of the players, and they make it 2-2. So when you look at that, you're thinking, boy, is there a level of pressure on Man City? Because he's saying all mad things. Rodri, as I say, coming out and blaming the referees and saying that they want us to win and all madness. Do you think there's
Yeah.
a level
Well,
of that was one of the points that I want to talk about? Is there a level of pressure on Man City?
Yeah, because of what they're constantly spending on, and as you know, the charges haven't been addressed. That's really my problem. But I'm telling you now, if that was us or you, they're coming for us now, and they're addressing it. Yeah, because they're allowed to keep spending money, and there's been no conclusion to these charges, whatever it was now, 125 or whatever it is now.
Well, 150, but yeah, some people say it's more, but 150.
Is it more than right? So, and we know that there's multiple charges for one certain thing. You know what I mean? But I just think that they're continuing. They're allowed to continue to spend money. There's been no sanction on their spending, and now they're moaning because they're not getting the rub of the green, and they're not able to bully teams like before. I'm noticing the games I've watched. I'm thinking City are not really bullying. They may still have the ball retention.
They're not finishing off teams now. Do you know what I'm sort of saying?
So the breaking down norm of the low block, they seem to be struggling to do that. So teams know that they can frustrate them. Because you look at Tottenham, Tottenham played that. They were awful in the first half. Awful. Second half is like a different team. And got them goals back, Tottenham could have won the game as well. So you look at that and say, there's a mentality shift there. Obviously, they're going to say these new players need to bed in. Rodri is not the Rodri from before the injury. You can see that. He's just not as dynamic. And I think all these little things, that's why Pep's forever literally scratching his head and cutting himself, because he's frustrated that he spent money and he still ain't right. They're still not dominating teams. Yeah. So, come the weekend, they might go and dominate Liverpool, but I don't know, I think Liverpool may have turned the corner a little bit. So I'm not sure. In terms of that, could be a bit of a that's probably got a 3-3 written all over it, because both of them
I think that might be. I'm looking at a draw. I mean, listen, Liverpool could nick it. Look, they've found a bit of form again. Citeh scoring, very good player. I wish we got him.
He is, he is a very good striker.
I wish we got him, but too many times, City have thrown away games, and remember they've only won one game, in 2026.
Exactly,
and that was against Wolves since the 1st of January.
Right, bottom of the league Wolves as well.
You know what I mean? Do you remember last season how bad they were, where they didn't win in 13? I think it was something like in 13.
And the thing is, if you look at Pep Norm, he's kind of got a bit of a reputation where he doesn't go back-to-back years without winning things. So I imagine, like because they're playing tonight in the Cup, aren't they? Is tonight they play?
Yeah, they're playing tonight.
So I imagine, he feels the strongest team for that, because obviously the team, Mamouche and that, but he feels the team to know that he can dominate and win it, because he wants to get to that final, because he likes to prove that every season I can do something, and if I have a bad season, I bounce back.
Question to you, as a neutral Man United fan.
Yeah.
What do you think if Man City get to the final? What sort of final do you think it is? Who wins that final? Arsenal or Man
against
City?
You guys? Whew. Yeah. I still think on form, you guys know. I think City's form's been pretty woeful. Even though they're still up there, the things you're seeing City do doesn't feel like the City that was dominating. And so when you lose certain players, they lost, and they've replaced players where you think, that player's just not quite what you lost. And then I think the Rodri injury hurts the way they dominate midfield as well, because you can tell he's not that dynamic. He's not rubbish, but the Rodri that teams feared, that did everything, just cleaned up, got goals, all of it. You're not quite seeing that there. So you do wonder if he actually trusts the repair of the injury. So he's not at full power. Now, towards the end of the season, you may see a full power Rodri as they're trying to make sure that they cement a place for Champions League. But I would like them to drop points and see if we can sneak up on them and tug them back a little bit. Keep drawing games. You know what I mean? So I'm here for it, no. You know,
Yeah,
a
I mean
2-2 or a
Haaland. I'm
3-3.
just looking at the stat. Haaland got a low rating
Did
on
he?
1 3. He got 4. And I'm just gonna look at how many touches he had in that game. For the whole game, he
Right.
had 29 touches.
29 touches.
29
Which is
touches for the whole
probably a
game.
lot for him.
And he played
Because
the
remember,
full.
he
Yeah,
used to go
played the
games
full
with sometimes single figure
and he played the
touches,
full
and
90. But he just didn't look. He
yeah,
just didn't look at it. He didn't look up for it. Thing.
nah,
He just
something's there.
people
No,
saying he was there hugging the opposition player and just laughing and joking with him. And I don't know. So I don't know whether Pep has done that and dropped him, or he's thinking about that game on Sunday. You know what I mean?
probably what you know what he probably wants out indirectly, but he's not going to come out and say that. He's not that kind of guy.
You think so?
Yeah, something ain't right there. I said it weeks ago, Norm, and I'm said, yeah, he's just like he's not like even the chances where he would bury, he's just snatching at them.
He was one in
your head's not in the game, bro.
That same game. Yeah. He tried to kind of, I don't know if he was trying
do
to
that lob.
lob,
yeah,
and it's like what?
Yeah, something like he's either overthinking the way he shoots or something else is going on in his mind and he's not focused on.
Well, listen, you got to remember, both him and Odegaard, they're in their first World Cup year, so maybe he's trying to be a bit.
That's right. I forget
playing a bit within himself, a bit conservative. Don't want to get injured.
He won't want to get injured. He won't want to get injured. Not if he's never been to a World Cup. I think there's a lot of players towards the end of the season. You're going to see people.
There could be that. There could be that.
Yeah, putting out tackles, all that kind of stuff.
Do you think Pep will be around next season, or do you think this is his last season?
I think it's the last season. I'm just not convinced that his heart's in trying to rebuild this team to the way he wants to play. I think you can overcoach, you can overanalyze. I think he's probably one of the worst for that. Where you got talent that can just go out there and play football that don't need much coaching. But Pep, yeah, he's not having that. He's going to say his piece. So for me, you're watching that. If Pep come out and just said, "Yeah, man, yeah, I'm done," I wouldn't be surprised. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Obviously in the press conferences, he's going to toe the company line and tell you what he thinks you want to hear.
I mean, he was very frosty in the post match. When they interviewed him straight after.
Oh yeah, always. Yeah,
he was absolutely. It was quite awkward for the journalists. You know what I mean? But that's Pep. That is Pep. I think those guys that are from the Barca region, the Basque region,
right? Yeah,
you know what I mean. They steer you down, and it's like
they're very frosty when they want to be.
Yeah, you feel good. Do you think Pep? This is a question from a seven. Because do you think Pep and Haaland are like his relationship with De Bruyne?
Because the thing is, that's a huge mission. I know his legs were going, but the De Bruyne factor, like I think Haaland is missing De Bruyne.
No, but we're saying I think
they just worked.
I think what Semble is saying is here. Do you think there's because obviously there was a breakdown with De
Bruyne and Pep.
De Bruyne. What I think Assembly is saying is, do you think that he might be going that way? Did you think like?
Well, that's what it feels like. Because the thing is, like, you have to remember, like a striker like Haaland that can score at will, when he gets dropped or rested, however you want to look at it, he takes offense to that. You remember when he dropped Aguero back, before he retired? That was always a talking spot. Like he's got Aguero on the bench again, playing with a false nine when you got Aguero.
Yeah, but that was Jesus, wasn't it? When Jesus came in.
Right. Yeah. And so you look at that and you say, he's got previous, man. He's got form for upsetting top strikers. I just think Haaland looks upset. And I'm sure he spoke to his agent and said, listen, man, if this guy don't go in the summer, get me gone.
Yeah. Well, look, as I say, guys, City opened the door again yet for us. Yeah. We have a game on Saturday again. So we play again before them. And then I think after that, we'll start playing after them. So that's why it's so important that we take every opportunity to beat Sunderland and beat them good. I don't want to be going here and we're playing this slow, lethargic football. Let's go and attack Sunderland. Listen, look.
Sunderland can get goals,
they won at the weekend as well.
Yeah.
They won, not weekend, sorry. They beat Burnley. I think it was 3-0.
Yeah, Monday night was that. Monday night,
They can hit you on transition. They got some quick players there.
Exactly.
Big up, Rich, man. What you saying, man? Big up to you. Listen, are you on the bruised banana? Because I know the last time you had problems. If you are, I'll see you on the bruised banana tomorrow. Normski, big up, chat. Big up. This window now should breed confidence. Yep, absolutely. It should breed confidence. And that's why I think we need this. So you saw the players last night, D.
Yeah.
They were full of, after coming off the pitch and that. But listen, it wasn't the best game to look at. You know what I mean? I'd rather watch paint dry than that. But they had a purpose. They said, Chelsea, you come to the Emirates and beat us. Yeah?
Exactly.
The ominous was on
them,
on them. And listen, a lot of talk has happened. But just before I get that, so listen, after we lost against UD, Arteta said that we need to get in the boat. And I shared this with you last week, yeah? Just please enjoy the ride, yeah? That's what happened after that game. We was trying to get around it and say, listen, he said, guys, get in the boat. And please enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride. And listen, somehow we did. Why? Let's go, guys. Yeah? Let's go, guys. Can you see the background? What can you see in the background, Big D? What can you see in the background? What can you see in the background? What's in the background, bro?
Is that Wembley, no, isn't it?
Yeah, that's Wembley Stadium. That's Wembley Stadium.
He's got the Arsenal banners like you just won it.
Yeah, man. You know what I mean? So listen,
preemptive.
He said to everybody, he said, the fans, the players, get in the boat. We're in the boat and we're on our way to Wembley. Yeah? Wembley. Yeah? That's where we're going, bro. You know what I mean? So listen, we need to go there. And I think we have a good chance. Wembley's our home. And I do think we have a good chance to beat, as you rightly said,
North London.
Man City, Man City looking a little bit shaky. You know what I mean? A little bit shaky. Big up to Root Calls, man. Long time. Big up, man.
Yes, Root Calls,
I've got to win the cup before I start running my mouth, but I will be shameless. Listen, brother, I will be shameless as well, bro. I don't care. Listen, Paul Scholes has come out. Just quickly, do you agree with Paul Scholes when he talks about if Arsenal win the Premier League, this would be the worst Arsenal side that he's seen win the Premier League? Essentially, he was talking about our front four. They're not good, and they wouldn't get into a lot of teams. I'm not going to lie, but does he have a point, or is he just being salty?
Oh, Scholesy.
Big up, Static, man. Big up to you every time.
I mean, for me, for someone that rarely spoke as a player, he's just over opinionated. Yes, Static, big up yourself, man. I just feel like, yes, so as a pundit, you're there to pick at what you see. And to be fair, like, there should be an Arsenal striker in double figures by now. For games that have been played and what have you, and there's not. So to a point, he has a point, but the truth is, if you're winning games, who actually cares, bruv? If the team is scoring goals and you're winning games and you're keeping your clean sheets, who cares if the strikers are not banging in 25 goals a season? Because the truth is, it's very hard to do now. We've seen this now. How many strikers now that we can name? But away from Haaland, right, away from Haaland, who else can we name?
Thiago.
Thiago.
I think he's on 16 goals.
Right. So potentially, both of them can get in the 20s. But Pep's going to rotate Haaland as we see. So he's trying to hold him back. Thiago should get into the 20s. But on a rule now, when you're looking at strikers, it's like you get if you get 20 goals out of a striker, it's like, we got 20 out of him. 25 is kind of unrealistic now. How tough this league is, how tough it is to score, how good a lot of the defenders are. So when you get your striker get you 20 and then 25 with a bonus, then yeah, man. But if you look at it across the board, not many strikers get in that norm. They're not getting in the 20s. Yeah. It's very hard to do. Because this is how I used to see it, like back in the day. If my strikers, if my three strikers all got me 14 to 16 goals each a season, hopefully you win in the league with that, rather than one striker get 28 goals and you lot are getting under 10. I'd rather three attackers get between 14 and 16 goals and you win the league because everyone's had a share of the responsibility than putting pressure on one striker. Because you see, a lot of times when Haaland doesn't deliver, City struggle. When he's not getting the winners and what have you, City struggle to win games or they draw more games. So for me, I'm like, I think you got to just take the pressure off. Yeah, we need a 25, 30 goal a season, man. And I know when us as fans look at, we just spent how much money for him, and then that comes into the equation. You look at the money rather than how the team are performing. Because at the end of the day, as we said on here before, the players don't decide what they go for. It's between the clubs, the agents, and the buying and selling clubs. So the player just says, "I want to go," and they decide what they're willing to pay for him. So when you pay a player for 100 grand, we may say he's not worth 100 grand, but that's not on the player. But then you look at the price tag and you say, okay, but for that price tag, that's the second thing. We would say for the price tag, he needs to perform better, even though he never asked to be brought for that. So it's a very thin line how we want to judge them, and we will judge them because as fans, we just say, nah, it's a lot of money. He needs to be in the 20s every season in terms of his contribution. And just argument's sake, you get a striker that gets you a 25 to 30. That's goals and assists. That's a great season, in my opinion. Now in any team, and especially if the team is not as creative as you hope they would be, but you're putting yourself out about. I mean, you're seeing Bruno now in a team that had been poor, but Bruno, because he's on the ball a lot, he's still getting his assists. He's getting them from set plays and from in-game plays as well. So, like, you can't knock him for that. Obviously, he's not scoring many goals now, unless he's because we don't get many penalties. But in terms of assists, he's doing all right. You can't even knock it. But yeah, we know he's on, the free kicks and all that and what have you. But you just let him. So I can't even judge Bruno for not scoring because he's getting the assists, and that helps. Man, like, big up yourself, bro.
Big up yourself every time, brother. Big up yourself.
Yeah. So it's always a difficult one. Like I know why Scholes is knocking them because of what Scholes, because of what he did at United. He was a scoring midfielder. So because he was what he did and the way him and Carrick could pass as well. I mean, I remember there was a point where we just nicknamed him Sat Nav because he didn't miss. This man was just bam, 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 right. Yeah, look. 99, 20, yeah. So score 12, score, yeah. That's what I'm saying. So we always won leagues when at least 7 of them chipped in, especially when Cantona.
It's like Arsenal was the same. H, we can talk about this. That's what I'm trying to say. The football up until about 2010, man. Everything after that, 2010, maybe probably could stretch it to 2012, 12, when, you know what I mean. But the football now, compared, I mean, generally right across football, the football world is not as good as the football that you're seeing because you had strikers scoring goals right the way through the league. Whether it was the league,
if you look at, just look on this comment here, you have to remember that. And Andy Cole didn't take penalties for us.
No.
And he was rarely on free kicks either. So
he didn't get.
This is all open. Yeah, this is all open play. It was
like Arsenal.
Yeah, look at Arsenal. Open play goals.
Look at Arsenal. Look. We were scoring everywhere.
So you can't knock it, no. That's for me. When I see 20 and 19 goals and you're winning the title, you can't knock that. But now, like I think we said it. I think we were saying it to someone in the transfer window. We said if we spend this for that, we want at least 25 goals out of them in all competitions, and then we go get knocked out in both first rounds of those 2 cups. So straight away, that's unrealistic for our striker.
This is a statement stroke question again. Big up assembled. It says, I'm sure you both watch football from the 80s. What do you think the fundamental differences compared to today's football? Well, we've spoke about what we've seen in today's football, and the first thing that comes to me is
they're overcoached.
Systematic, robotic,
overcoached.
Overcoached.
Killed it.
When you watch these players, I mean, every now and again they pop up in your timeline. These guys play with a sense of freedom. Yeah. They were skillful. You had individuals. You know what I mean? But the teams now, I just said, we've got Arteta literally doing windmills and cartwheels and everything. Then you got Amorim. They're very stubborn. They want to stick to one system.
Horrible.
It's horrible. It's horrible to watch.
Horrible to watch.
The free-flowing football, the 80s were great. The 90s were fantastic. Yeah. And the football, yesterday I sat down and honestly, we got the job done. Fair play. But, Paul Merson made a point and Jamie Redknapp sort of said basically, like, Chelsea should have gone for that game. It was just like 2 teams playing chess, trying to work it out. They've got a game to go and win. And then you've got Rossini coming out and saying, well, he's in his press conference saying that, he said that he was flabbergasted. Paul Merson said he was flabbergasted the way he went about that game because It's almost like
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what it is about Liam Rosenior. Listen, I'm not hating on the guy, but sometimes I think he thinks he's bigger than what he is. Yeah. This is what
Yes.
some of the things that he was saying on Sky Sport. His touch wasn't brilliant when the ball came up to him. He just ricocheted off his foot. Yeah. Yeah. Harry said, I'm on the brink of nearly hating this modern system. Yeah. Hey, every time, brother. Every time. 90s, mid 2000, football was absolutely peaked.
Yeah.
Peak, man. Do you know what
it was watchable, Norm.
Yeah, watchable.
And so often I'm my game is on and I'm doing stuff in the background because I think I can't afford to lose 90 minutes in this day of just sitting on my backside. Right, you know what I mean? So I'm doing a bit of cooking or doing something. And then sometimes I'll watch Match of the Day just to see what I might have missed while my back wasn't there, even though the volume's on and I'm hearing what's going on. So it's very sometimes it's very hard to stay engaged in a football match.
What do you make? What do you make of Rosenior, Liam Rosenior? What do you make of him? I'm looking at just his personality. Look, he's taken over big club. He's just gone like he's a big man.
That's the problem. You know, he's already reached because he's got there. He's got to a big club and he's behaving like he's already done bits to get to the big club.
Man got sacked from Hull. Let's just remember that. The man got sacked from Hull.
Right.
Yeah, and then he went to Strasbourg. Yeah.
Right. And I don't know how they did it. Strasbourg.
He's telling our players, stay there. They caught this on camera. Right?
Oh, so, in the warm-up. I saw this. Yeah, in the warm-up. I saw this.
Bleep half. Yeah. Yeah. You don't reach, and then he's talking about, well, I can't do his thing because I'm not I can't mimic people. But he's essentially said, well, because he talks like this, because I know it all, like, because what happens?
Yeah, he thinks he's a white boy, isn't it?
I'll get to the 60th minute, and what I will do is when I get to the 60th minute, I thought I'd bring on Cole Palmer and Estefan, because I thought that the mentality might change, and I could feel it in the crowd. It backfired, brother.
But Norm, it is a question. And I actually feel like Cole Palmer may be homesick. And I'm saying just go get him. Bring him home. He's a Man United fan, Yeah, bring him home. Because he's not happy there, bro.
No. You know what I mean? And the thing is, he was clever, D, because in the game, because he rested players. He rested players in that West Ham game, and it nearly backfired on him. Yeah? He left the likes of Pedro Neto on the bench. He left Mark Gay. He left James on the bench.
So he was gambling, wasn't he?
He was gambling. And listen, man, West Ham. I mean, my brother-in-law his TV must be mashed up now because you're 2-0 up. And if West Ham are just rather than sit back and bring a defender on, they sat back and he changed it. He brought the players on, and it looked like a masterstroke. No, the fact is he just brought on better players, and then they took over and done the business. Right. Yeah, and then he thought he'd come to Arsenal yesterday to the Emirates and said that he thought, well, that they might. I felt that the atmosphere might change. So I think what he was banking on is that we either get a goal, possibly, get it to extra time, and then we take it to penalties.
Yeah.
What was he thinking?
It's and what the guy was just saying there about better strikers, better defenders, less coaching and more feeling the game out. Like you don't have to overcoach it. Feel the game out. Go with the form of your top form players. That's in any team sport. We used to do this in basketball. We always went whoever nailed back-to-back 3-pointers. That's who got the ball on a play. Whether you rotated the defense and swung the ball around the perimeter, you made sure you got that player with the hot hands free. And that should be the same in football, where you say, stay in your box, stay in your triangle, don't leave that triangle, move up the pitch in that triangle. It's totally overcoached. It's ridiculous. And that's what he was trying to do against you guys and come unstuck. There's a final at stake. Take the handbrakes off. Let them play. Play your better players to get to the final. If you're serious about the final. You know what I mean? To pay your better players, it makes no sense. Why Cole Palmer and Reece James on the bench? What's that about? I just
sort of took a statement from what Paul Merson said. He said, he was flabbergasted by how Chelsea approached the game. Arsenal he essentially said that Chelsea lost 1-0 at the Emirates to go down 4-2, but he says they went out with a whimper. That's what he said. They went out with a whimper, and the Chelsea boss sort of hit back by saying, "I've been a pundit. It's easy." He said it's easy to say that. So that's what
I was just going to question you on that statement. Leave that one up there, Norman. There's
Which
something
one?
in there where no,
This one.
this
Okay,
one,
this one.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Let
yeah,
me stop just a second here
yeah.
because he said Paul Merson. He said football expert. Now, brother, like you may be economist, right? But are you a
I like
football
Paul
expert?
Merson.
Come on, bro.
I like Paul Merson. He's a
He
Chelsea
gets on
fan as
my
well.
nerves.
He's a Chelsea fan, D.
Gets on my nerves.
Why? Why does he get on your nerves? Why does he
I
get on your
feel
nerves?
like I feel like say like for my team, I feel like he doesn't matter what we do, he constantly picks it apart. That's the only way to stay relevant. That's why I'm saying. That's why I'm questioning the
But D,
football
I think that's a
expert.
lot. I think that's like
Because I
that with a
think
lot of
if
ex
you're an
players. Though.
expert, you expand your vocabulary, you expand the way you view the sport. He's like a scratch record. And when it comes to my team, I always mute him. If I'm watching something, he comes on, he gets muted and he stops talking. Because I just think I know he's
Yeah, but
chatting
people,
nonsense.
listen.
Just
Yesterday,
by the way that looking
no,
at
but
him.
people were saying yesterday that some of the pundits when they were commentating
Yeah.
on the game yesterday, they
Yeah.
were gassing Chelsea up and like they didn't want Arsenal to win and they were
Yeah,
saying
exactly. Yeah, because well,
Liam Rosino was
agenda.
brilliant and blah blah blah. No, we didn't. Well, Paul, he's
Nah,
a Chelsea man. He just called him out.
yeah,
Obviously, Liam doesn't
he got
like
it
it,
wrong.
but
Yeah,
you're
he
going
got
to
it
be
wrong.
scrutinized. You're going to be
Yeah.
scrutinized. And sometimes I think he kind of comes with, look, I see that he's confident. He's quite confident within himself and stuff like that. So I get all of that. But sometimes you need to just press on the brakes,
But
man,
no,
and just calm your skin. Understand?
there's a thin line between confidence and arrogance. And he hasn't done enough in football to be anywhere near that thin line. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He got to humble himself. Yes, he's at
Yeah.
a big club in Chelsea, but he ain't done anything here, mate. And the way you've rotated, I think you've shafted yourself to get to a final by not having your better players on the pitch to start the game. So for me, you've overthought that for whatever reason. Bearing in mind that bearing in mind you were 3-0 down, so you needed to score first in that game.
Yep.
So why wouldn't you have you better attacking players on the pitch, knowing that you needed that first goal and not Arsenal? So for me, you got it horribly wrong.
And not only that, D, right? We went to Chelsea, Stamford Bridge, and I think we put pretty much, I'll say, nearly put the game to bed because we was ultra defensive at the Emirates because we're saying you need to come at us, you need to beat us,
exactly,
and we can do that defensive stuff, Italian football style, understand?
Exactly.
But when we went to Stamford Bridge, when I saw I'm thinking 3-0 up, and then Garnacho. Oh no, it went 2-0, and then Garnacho gets that goal back, and you're thinking we make it 3-1. I'm thinking, oh boy, do you know what I mean? And then he gets the second goal. But we were more attacking at the bridge, whereas I thought we would be more defensive at the bridge, bring it back to the Emirates, and then we try and open them up at the Emirates. But it was the complete opposite. It was a complete opposite. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Fact, big deal about Rossinier. Yeah, man. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, big up Static, man. Big up Jam Boy. We say, man. Big up to you.
Jam Boy, big up yourself, bro.
Big up to the end of the chat.
Yeah, they're just a fine line, Norm. And I think he's moving like he's already done something in football. When this is your first big opportunity. Yeah. So humble yourself and see what you can do in opportunity. Like if he gets them, if he qualifies them for back for Champions League again and what have you, then cool, because that's where have to remember, we're all spending a lot of money now, Norm, and that's why even looking at our lot, I'm saying, to qualify for Champions League, we're spending too much money, and we're talking about rebuilding our midfield in the next summer transfer window with a World Cup on in progress. So it's gonna be hard to do.
You keeping Casemiro?
Sorry,
you keeping Casemiro? It seems to have turned it around a bit.
Norm, I would want to, but I think it's a money thing. He's on a lot of money, bro. He's on. What they say, 375-ish or thereabouts. He took a slight pay cut, for not qualifying.
It kind of takes us nicely into that kind of Man United segment, just quickly. And it's 3 wins in a row, and that brother with the long hair,
man, 2 games.
He's due to cut his hair. Only 2 games to go.
Two games to go.
And listen, it got a little bit, with Maguire giving away that penalty, and the guy scoring that goal to make it 2-2. And then you go down the other end. Sesko, is he on like 4 goals now? Is it 4 goals in the Premier or 5?
Yeah. He took that well,
He did.
I actually didn't think he was going to shoot there, because remember he's controlled it with his back towards the goal, so you've got the defender on his like right shoulder. But the way he just turned it and clapped it, I said, brother, did not see that coming.
He's got them playing, D. He's got them playing. He's got them playing.
Yeah. I think with Michael,
Oh, wow. Sorry, just off topic. Sorry, let's just read this from Mr. Pads. It says off topic, Normski, but I just found out that Mark Gay is out for City in a potential League Cup final against us because he wasn't registered in time for the semis.
Oh, wow.
Well, okay.
Plus the potential final.
Right.
Yeah, that's an oversight, isn't it?
December says Arsenal better defending than he thought they were. His game plan worked. He didn't understand how to break Arsenal down in that final third. Absolutely.
There you go.
Spot on.
There you go.
He's not eligible for the semi-finals either.
Season.
Wow. They didn't sort that. Norski big day. Yes, 2 more games for the long-haired guy. Long-haired guy.
I forgot his name now. But I saw a clip of him yesterday. I saw a clip on my
5 leagues goals for Sesko.
5 league goals for Sesko.
Sesko's only 1 goal behind Goki. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Benjamin Tesco, boy. I like Tesco. Benjamin Tesco. Love that.
Oh, but D, you must be pleased with what Carrick is doing. You know what I mean?
You can't argue with it.
Going back to basics. Just going back to basics.
Yeah. Obviously, I don't like the way we like to make the game exciting when we were comfortable.
Too open.
Yeah, you're like, guys, come on, man. We're 2-0 up. Just, just squeeze the game a little bit. Just more compact in midfield. But I still don't mind that we want to play. But I think going forward, like individual errors, you know what I mean? Like Harry, the goalkeeper's there. He's coming out. He's got it. And you still put a foot in. You're like, bro, what are you doing? Now, I don't know if Lemon scored. I was watching it a few times to say, it's hard to see the angle to see whether he yelled at him to say, leave it. So Harry's just being Harry and trying to defend. But he knew that he was like a half a yard late. So you knew that if it wasn't a perfect interception, it's a penalty, bro. You're giving that away. So that was kind of blatant for me.
That goal by I was just reading.
And then the chicken zinger from
Kevin.
Was he Kevin? Is a Brazilian, bruv.
Yeah, man. Kevin.
Yeah. I don't know if
Arthur, listen, when Sesko gets a goal like 3 minutes later, right?
Yeah.
The camera pans on him. It's like
human.
The goal was brilliant. Not gonna lie, the goal was brilliant.
that was a chicken zinger, man. That was
that was
with the fries and the big 6 shake back in the day. You know the ones.
Yeah. DJ Jamboy, United games, City games, Arsenal being the best performance from them. Yeah, I've seen in years. Yeah.
Because if you look at the Fulham game, Norm, that Fulham game, Fulham, I actually thought Fulham was going to win that game. In terms of, I watched. It's almost like, like if you've ever been in a situation where you're in a big event and you've got to walk down an aisle to the podium or something, and your legs don't quite feel like they're holding you, because you're a bit nervous or you get a bit anxious. It was almost like we just got jelly legs walking to the final few minutes. And I went, guys, if we lose this game, I'm going to be fuming because we're 2-0 up. And you've got to be able to just put the jelly legs, you know what I mean? And I got a quick story, because this was hilarious. So we used to have a T1. Me and this T1 went to do some training together. And we had to do the.
If nobody doesn't know what T1 is,
Technician 1.
Give
British Telecom.
You need context.
So if you're a Technician 1 in Telecom, you run a crew on the external work. So we both ran our own crews. We got sent away to do like 15-meter pole climbing and the roof climbing. So he's gone up there. He's all giving it big. And I'll do it. I'll go up first. Man got jelly legs up there, right? So we're all on the ground and we are just bed up. We can't even hold it together. And he's like, you have to come and get me. You got to come and get me down. And he couldn't hold together. So we ended up nicknaming him Disco Legs, you know what I mean? Because his legs went numb. It was just such a funny
big up,
big up yourself, bro.
You must be happy with Carrot, as I was saying, with Big D.
Yeah. And I felt
at the wheel,
some of the players, whether it was a little bit of fatigue, but I felt like their legs were going in that moment. And I just thought, yeah, man, Citeh, big up yourself, my guy.
Every time,
good for you,
every time, bro. Big up Lynch, man. Big up Lynch. Big up Lynch every time.
Yeah,
man.
And I think if we had drawn that game, it would have felt like a loss. So what Sesko did, bearing in mind he's not starting and he's coming off the bench.
The ball. I think somebody said it in the chat. The ball from Bruno.
Yeah, again, that's what I'm saying. Like Bruno may not be scoring, but what he's creating now, he's playing further forward again. because he's never good in that.
That's what you wanted, and see,
Yeah.
Amram is doing some crazy stuff,
stubborn to a fault. So you
Yeah.
lose your job. Now apparently, I'm seeing something earlier that he's ready to talk. Amrin, and I thought, is he talking before he's got his money? Has he got his money? Because if he ain't got his money, because I'm telling you now, them lawyers would have gagged him so he can get his money. Because my brother is a lawyer.
Yeah.
When he got let go by the law firm, yeah, that non-disclosure thing, he was gagged. Like, you're getting your money, but you can't talk about anything.
All right,
He's like, give me my money, give me money. So I'm sure they've gagged him. So whatever he's gonna say, if it's in breach, you gotta pay that money back, bro. So he might want to just humble himself and disappear. It didn't work out for you, unlucky, bro. You know what I mean? Because Carrick's making it work. And I'm not saying give Carrick the job. That's way too early. And you have to remember, when you're an interim, Norms.
All right, okay, question for you,
pressure,
D. Question for you, guys, put it in the chat. If Carrick, and as Matty would say, put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat. If Carrick gets you guys a top 4, does he get the job permanently? 1 for permanently, 2, he doesn't get the job. Put it in the chat, people. See how you guys are going to vote.
What we can't do is the Ollie mistake. Now, I'm actually happy for Carrick to stay and be a number 2 to somebody, because I think he's never had a big club like that. So you see, when you're interim, like the director of football and stuff, they'll take a lot of pressure away from you and do the stuff that maybe a fixed head coach would do. So this interim role, I think they've just told him, listen, man, the money we spend and the money we want to spend, we've got to qualify for Champions League. They probably said to him, we don't even care about how the football looks. Just get them points on the table so we can qualify. I think there was a...
DJ is saying Jambo. I keep saying DJ being DJ Jamboy. I say Jamboy. He's a DJ, by the way, a proper DJ.
Okay.
He's saying 1, give it to him. He gets an interview.
This is what I would say to Waha. Waha's a United fan. This is what I would say. 1, we can't make the Ollie mistake, but in the same breath, if he does well, he has to be considered as well. If there's interviews, if you're interviewing managers, then he deserves to get an interview and say, right, you've seen what I've done as an interim. Maybe, because I don't get the Jonathan Woodgate thing. That one still disturbs me. I don't get why he's at Old Trafford, but he's there. Never mind, it is what it is. That he trusts him for whatever reason. He trusts Jonathan Woodgate as a coach. The ex-England and Chelsea coach, he's a real key to what's happening here, right? Especially off the ball, the way we set up off the ball.
It's amazing, D. You know, because it's the same set players. It's the same players.
Exactly.
And for me, I was talking big up to Matty. Matty, he's probably not in the chat, but I was offline. I was talking to him on the phone. He was sort of saying that there's probably going to be one team that might go on a mad run, and it could be Man United, and they could somehow determine how things go. Because right now, if you look, you're above Liverpool by I think 2 points.
Thereabouts, something like that.
Yeah. So look, I think you get the top 4, especially when you haven't got any other cups to play in and Champions League.
Right, exactly. There's just one game a week, and I think that was the mandate with I think if they had appointed Ollie, it goes all emotional again, and these top reds start singing Ollie at the wheel and then foolishness there. I don't want to hear any of that. I just want to see the football be consistent. And was that D? Would you? Was that D? Would you?
So D, would you give him the job? Give him a relatively short-term contract, such as like a 2-year deal, rather than a long-term.
Look, this is what I think. I think that's what you're going to find now. Anyway, these 2.5 year deals, because we've hemorrhaged a lot of money on these payouts. So I think Ineos are going to be smarter in the way they approach. Obviously, 2 years with the +1 if we trigger it, rather than if you can trigger it. Carrick playing under Sir Alex Ferguson was a long time for player. He knows the club, the fans' expectations. He is perfect. Yes, I hear that, but I just don't want us to make the same Ollie mistake where we get the emotions. He has a little bad run where he goes 5 or 6 games and he loses 3 and draws 2 and wins 1, and then they're saying, "You see, that's what that Ollie. He got comfortable." And so, I think I do prefer him over Ollie, because I think Carrick was a better player. So as a midfielder, his understanding of football, I feel, is probably better than a striker, and that's not knocking Ollie. I just think you were quite content at Old Trafford to be a super sub. You was never pushing York and Cole for their spots. You was always on the bench. Them mans was comfortable. You never made them uncomfortable as a striker. So I look at that and say, Carrick every day, but I'm not just going to give him the job after 3 games. Like, we got to let this season pan out. They've given the interim to the end of the season, which is brilliant. And then, so when you see that, you say, right, let's see where we land. And I think if he qualifies for Champions League, he's got every right to say, I want to interview for the permanent job. He's got every right. Yeah. And I wouldn't be against it.
Yeah, no, he's doing a good job. Listen, I mean,
and I'm intrigued, though.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued to see who they are talking to while this is happening. Because they should be talking to somebody else.
Do you think? Well, I was
in this
say,
process.
I mean, I suppose the question I would ask you is that if they are talking to somebody else, do you think maybe having someone like Carrick there to work?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, if Carrick if they said to Carrick, we're going to bring in a senior man, and you say he's number 2, and he's agreed to it, I actually think Carrick stays with that other guy. I'm trying to think of the guy's name now in a moment. You know, the coach that coached with England and coached with Chelsea before that. He's like Carrick's number 2 now, but the name just gone out of my head for some reason.
Not. And
I can't think who. Yeah,
I can't
think
who he is. What's his name? Not. Who is it? I can see his face. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I'm gonna Google it. It's annoying me now. I thought it's Dave somebody. I can't remember.
I can see his face, but I can't remember his name. Yeah. People, thanks for putting that in the chat for me. Listen, look, whatever you can do, if it's £1, 10 pence, whatever, every little penny.
Steve Holland. There you go, bro.
Steve Holland, yeah. Every little penny counts.
Yeah, no. I got to jump on that. No, that's been mad.
Yeah. So listen, let's keep going, and he's a United fan as well. He's a United fan, so come on, man. Big up to Chris Robertson. Grew up, and he's gonna pull through. People, he's gonna pull through. Yeah. DJ is just saying he understands your concerns. D.
I think Gareth. How you like running the Gareth Southgate one?
Yeah, do need to do the replacement under the season. So so he was saying, "Ooh, that Gareth was." You're intrigued to know who they're talking to,
right? Well, yeah, because the thing is, obviously, I was hearing the Tuchel thing, but you have to remember he's stuck at a World Cup, so even if he fancies it.
Here we go.
There you go. Look.
Here we go, D. So you just check. So I'm going to read this out. Mr. Pads again, 305. D, out of all the following managers, which would you take at United? In order from 1, you want the most, to 1, you want the least. So do it in order. So you've got De Zerbi, Glasner, Rola, Unai Emery, Conte, and Eddie Howe. So if you group them in the order from best to last or last to whatever.
Well, you know what? Like, if I was going to pick 3 out of that lot, I would go Emery, Eddie House, Glasner. De Zerbi's a no, Conte's a no. Like, they're just going to come in and clash with the board straight away. So that would just be immediately toxic.
So who's your first choice?
Probably between Emery and Glasgow, and then closely Eddie Howe.
Okay.
The other 2, no, not for me. Iriola as well. Iriola.
A lot of people are talking.
I like him, you know.
Yeah.
I do like him, but it's a big club, Norm.
That's the thing.
I think you see Eddie Howe going to Newcastle, where he's literally living in a goldfish bowl because those fans do not let up. I think Eddie Howe could come to United.
You agree with the statement from Big Up Brian relegations, World Cup chaps? All one mouthful, Brad.
Yeah,
I'm going to call you at Brian, bro. You think panel chat managers should only get 1 rolling year contract?
Yes and no, and this was here's the no. Yes, from a financial point of view, the no. The players won't respect them if they know they could be gone in a year. No, you know what these players are like. Because remember, the players are not getting 1 year rolling contract. If everyone's getting a 1 year rolling contract, that means it's a level playing field. You give that to the managers when players are on 4 or 5 and 6 year contracts, like the Chelsea lot. Where's the respect saying, listen, man, he's only going to be here a year. He'll be gone in a year because he'll be that crap. He won't get extended. But if he's got a 2.5 year with a +1 added, then they know he's got to really stink up the joint to get fired in his first year. So you're gonna have to respect me as a head coach. And you have to remember, most teams they've gone away from this manager thing now. It's all head coaches now. So now we've got a management team to do the management side of it. You got to just coach a team with your coaches. And this is where Amrin got his feelings, because he thought he was Charles in charge at the table. And they said, nah, bruh, you're the head coach. Relax. We're going to tell you what we're buying. And that's why he rarely got his players of choice. They bought players from Man United, like the goalkeeper. I think that's a great buy. Personally, I think it's a great buy. He wanted Martinez from Villa. They said, nah, bruv, you're not getting Martinez. Allow it. And so I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that because, yes, you may have a say because you got to coach them, but you're not going to manipulate the financiers who finance the club in how the money is spent long term, because you might not be there long term. And so said, so done. The moment he didn't get his way, he blew up the ship. And not only that, he was literally self-sabotaging on purpose. He knew he was going to get fired, so he was like, right, I'm going to tank this team so they're nowhere near Champions League when they fire me. And just for that, yeah, man, get gone. I hope no one ever employs him again, because he got enough money to live the rest of his life. 10 million, not 10 million, 7 million, Norm. He should never be broke in his life now. 7 million pounds. Sterling. Yeah, stop that, bro. You know what I mean? No sympathy for him. No sympathy for him, no.
28 likes, guys. Let's get that to 30 likes before this stream.
Yeah.
We're coming down. We are coming down. They just quickly. Liverpool slap up Newcastle 4-1. Citeh, what a player.
Great striker, no.
Look, great striker. Look, they're going to be facing Man City on Sunday, Super Sunday.
Yeah.
Listen, do the business, Liverpool. But interesting statement here from Mr. Slot, Arnie Slot.
He makes me laugh,
he says, Liverpool face Man City live on Sky this Sunday in their next chance to showcase Slot's long-term vision of the nicest football possible at Anfield. I'll put this in our chat, and he's basically talking about playing lovely football, as it were. He says, as a manager, you can win the league, Champions League, the FA Cup, or the League Cup. But the biggest thing you can win is that you play the nicest football to watch. So he's saying that he would look. It might be misinterpreted. I don't know. Sometimes it can get lost in translation. Slot said while speaking on the Reds Roundtable podcast. I did put this in the chat, and Kofi responded to it. Kofi Slot. I don't know why he's not on the show tonight, but listen, maybe he's busy and that, so I'm not gonna pressure him too much. But do you agree with that? And people in the chat, do you agree with that? You would rather play nice football than win trophies. See, Tottenham were like that, weren't it? They played nice football under certain managers, but didn't win anything
until they beat us.
Until they beat you.
You know that once, but yeah, I mean, you see with Slot, right? I think because the way he won the league last season without any real, what's the word? No one really pushed him.
There was no challenge from anybody.
Right.
There was no challenge. Everybody was back.
So because he won that way, I think he's quite entitled now. But I think this is the Premier League. Like, you do something one season, because the truth is, because the way he did it, it's almost like, yeah, man, everyone should just literally play the way I want you to play so I can beat you. I mean, that's not football, man. So he complains about the low block teams. Now, the Premier League's always had low block teams where, like, break us down if we can, and we're going to try and counter-attack you. We've got some pacey strikers, and we know we can beat you down the field. They've got to live with it. Liverpool got to live with that. Teams will do that because they don't want to get cooked 6-7-0 and all that by a very aggressive attacking team. I think for Liverpool, because Mo Salah isn't the Mo Salah of last season, as in being just as clinical as he was last season, I think that's what's hurting them. I think he literally dragged them over the line because he was just so clinical. Now, the Mo you're relying on is not delivering like the Mo. And it's almost like he's trying to figure out how to play with these new guys, but you haven't got long, bro. Yes, he got the contract extension, but the Saudi League is knocking. And I just think, no team has to adjust their game to accommodate you winning a football game. If the team comes and plays a low block and sits in that low block with 10 men behind the ball and a striker on the halfway line, so be it. Live with it. Break them down. And I think that's what always happens. They always, like, I always feel like he's kind of coming with the woe is me, man. Did you see how they set up? Like, they never came to win the game. Well, no, did you in the end? so you drew the game. You know what I mean? He's always got something, and I just think the way he won it so easy has made him a bit arrogant, unfortunately. And I think he's forgotten he was their fourth choice manager. You know what I mean? I think he might have forgotten that. The other managers turned him down for one reason or the other. And you was like, okay, let's go with this guy then. Because I never even heard of him. Remember, we was on the stream and I said to Kofi, I got to Google this guy. Who is this guy? And Kofi was fuming. You remember that, no? It's like, who's this? Kofi had said, who's this guy? I said, man, how are you going to appoint a manager to Liverpool Football Club that we don't know? We as, like fan pundits or whatever we call ourselves, we never heard of this brother. Yeah, he's getting a big job. Same if Slot had come to United or Arsenal or Chelsea, you'd be going, like, Slot from where? Where's he from? He's Dutch. Oh, man,
yeah, Dutch manager.
Yeah. You know what I mean? You'd say, what, another Dutch manager, because you see what Erik ten Hag's done or whatever. It's only Louis van Gaal that's kind of come here and really got some credit as a Dutch manager, but you just like, nah. And so he's got to relax. I think he's constantly moaning about not getting his way in football games, and it's football, bro. It's a sport.
I mean, yeah, he's getting a little bit like he's sounding a little bit like Arteta and a lot of these.
Thinks he's arrived. You haven't arrived, bro.
A bit of a moan, you know what I mean? The question again from Pads. I'm loving the questions from Pads, man. Big up to you, man. So, is there an argument to say that Ineos are a critical point when it comes to winning fans over, and that a lot relies on getting the next managerial appointment bang on?
It's got to be bang on, and because you have to remember, the whole Ineos team wasn't fully installed when we gave when we gave Erik ten Hag the extension to spend the money to then fire him before Christmas, and then they were split on the Amrin because they said we don't have the players to play this system, and then whoever was outvoted was outvoted. Yeah. Yeah, what's up? Big of yourself, man.
You say, man. And, he's saying he's
top of the P's, absolutely nailing it. 1,410 points. Get out of here, Dale.
Listen, what's up? Sort out Man City on Sunday. Yeah, sort it out, bruv. Yeah,
right.
Your teammate doing 2 worlds after spending 400 odd million, and now you're going to take that up to 550 million in the come the summer where you got that player from Rennes. Listen, bro, it's a lot of money you've dished out. For a team that's sitting 14 points behind us. Yes, you won the league last season. Now it's our turn. Whether we're going to get it over the line, it's another thing, mate. We'll see what happens. But big up to you, what's up every time.
Yeah.
Big up to you every time.
Yeah, but Norm, I think what you like, they've got to be so careful, because I think the fan base, half the fan base, still have them on fraud watch in terms of getting that whole thing wrong in the summer with Erik ten Hag, and then, you know what I mean, getting Amrin in, knowing full well that system and how to, because the where did he come from? Not Porto.
Who's that?
Who did he come from again?
Sporting Lisbon.
Amrin. Sporting Lisbon, right? Sporting. Yeah, I'm saying Porto, but Sporting. The Sporting fans warned us. They said this brother is stubborn to a fault. It will eventually work, but we can't do eventually at Old Trafford. Too much at stake financially.
Yeah, definitely.
So him eventually saying, well, in 3 seasons, I'm going to prove you right. In 3 seasons, we could have been relegated with that form. You know what I mean? Everyone said, oh, why you fired him when he was top 6? Yeah, but do you see the football? It was atrocious. Just because teams around us were bad while we were in that position, not because the football was good. And so, like, I'm not that fan. You know me, I'm not that rose-tinted Gussie fan. I look at my club and I say, like I said, I'm still concerned about certain things we're doing, even though we're winning games under Michael Carrick. But I won't overjudge Michael Carrick because I realise he's an interim. And so until he's a permanent manager, I can't really go ham on him. Now, if he went in there and just looked like he had no idea what he was doing, and maybe you should have given it to Ollie or to Ruud van Nistelrooy, because there was a big chat about Ruud van Nistelrooy. But then it's just going to be vibes. And can we go off vibes to get to Champions League? I don't think we can do that in this league, not anymore. You get found out too easily. So I think Carrick actually is doing tactically, like, I think he's got it spot on. I think the goals we're conceding are a lot of defensive errors, again, which is worrying.
So sort that side of it out.
Yeah.
And in terms of your attacking and what you've done in the midfield now, you've addressed that area.
He's just made the midfield more compact.
I think you've got a better, for me, personally speaking, and I said it right from the very offset when you guys were getting in the likes of Cunha and Ben Moore, Sesko, I felt that you had a better front three than us.
Yeah, Well,
And that is telling. Yeah, we're top of the league, and I get all of that. Yeah, somehow Owen Goles is helping us as well. Great signing. Absolutely fantastic signing. You know what I mean? So he's helping us to get this over the line. So we at some point we have to get out of first gear, and I've been always talking about it on our show. I've talked about it on other people's show. We need to get out of first gear and do that. Now I think that's going to really help us with us getting into the final, our first final in 6 years. Never won the Carabao Cup in the last. What's the last time we won that was 33 years ago. So it would be good to get in the semi-final, give us that bounce. So say, yeah, we can do it. Beat Man City, and that will be the catalyst to hopefully get this club over the line. Do you know what I mean? Let's get this club over the line. Let me just quickly, guys, we do a fantasy league thing, and Big D's just going to do a quick shout out. We are coming down because I know you guys are going to want to watch the Citeh and Newcastle game, and I want to go and have a little peek at that. And after that, I will be on with DJ B at 9:45, the Mingle. I think Big Matty's going to be coming on, Southern Guna, so it's going to be a fantastic show. We will be talking about the Carabao Cup game and possibly talking about the Leeds game. But yeah, we are there tonight, 9:45. So please go over to DJ B's the Mingle starting at 9:45. I will be there. And this is the fantasy shout out that Big D is running as you know. WhatsApp, mate.
So for Bitter and Worth, solid 78. So there was 2 78 points there. So him and who was it that had 78? Him and Sean Connolly, which is literally bottom of the pile, scored solid 78s. Where is Malcolm?
Yeah, where's Malcolm? You said that
Malcolm she's in 6th now.
Yeah, she's
doing very well, man.
By the way, guys, pause. Malcolm X is my wife, but her name is actually Jay. So she just called herself Malcolm X for whatever reason.
Yeah, that's her team. Yeah, her team is called Malcolm X. That is Jay John.
Oh, that's her team, Malcolm X. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just in case people, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And then the usual suspects, Mrs. Bossman. I mean, if you look at the guy in second, he is way off Dale. He's way off Dale Grady on this, like 13:45 to 14:10.
Wow.
Yeah, man. So
how's this guy?
At this moment,
he's an AI. He's an AI guy.
He's an AI man. Yeah, most definitely. I've met him in flesh. We've been to each other's houses, but he's definitely AI. Dale, I'm bantering you, bro.
Big up.
He's always been good at this. I'm having an absolute.
Who's sitting at the bottom? Who's dropped?
Oh man, so the very bottom of this is
Andy Davis is dropped and Julian Moore's dropped.
They're still so at the bottom in 25. Just a guy called T. So I don't think he checks his team because he's only on 10,000 points. Sean Connolly that got a top score as well probably doesn't check his team because he's on 1067. Right. And then we've got 20. We got Scott from the future. We got my brother in 18th.
Just a question for you, because she wants to. The last year, I think she made top 10.
Yeah,
but she finished around about 10 or whatever. She's trying to make that top 6.
Top 4.
Yeah, yeah.
She's in a good position, though.
Yeah,
man.
When she watches that on replay, I'm sure that will make her
smile. She's in a good position. Yeah, there's no reason why she can't get a solid top 6, if not a top 4 position there. Yeah. Still wide open because, I say, the gap between second and first now, like Dale's got breathing space to make mistakes and still win it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, so let's just finish off with this one. There you go, mate.
Go on.
Sitting top of the league. On
top of the league.
I'll be dropping a stinker, mate. I'll be dropping a stinker.
Oh yeah, you got 4 reds on the bounce, Norms.
4 reds on the bounce, man. I'm thinking that these teams, a lot of the teams that I've gone for are playing at home. Not even away, they're playing at home.
Same as me. I normally do that. Go with the home fixture.
Yeah.
You know, if you're not sure about a game, you go with a team. You protect the team playing at home.
Chile's only a point behind you.
Yeah, I like Chile,
I've dropped down to 3rd. So Chile, he's a Tottenham fan. So, I mean, at least he's in a better position than where he's Tottenham.
Tottenham, right, exactly.
At the moment. I'm sitting 3rd, as I say, 4 reds in a row. Got all my scores wrong. Scores wrong. Yeah, scores wrong and outcome wrong. Kofi on same amount of points as me, 16. Ez coming up the ranks there on 14, only 2 points behind. And then there's JP, who always
on
goes
10.
for United. So he's on
But
10.
you know what? Look, he's got 3
Is he
blues
going
on
to
the
take that?
bounce.
The question is he going to take that risk? Well, that's reflective,
It
of
is,
Man
yeah,
United.
of the form. Yeah, of the form, yeah.
So he's
For
always
sure.
going to go for Man United. He's always going to go for Man United. He's never going to go for any other team. I think once he went for another team because somebody else went for it. But if they stay on form, he could be pushing at the table. That's maybe a little good tactic. Maybe a little good tactic. Though. Maybe I might need to jump in there and maybe get in there before he
get there before him. Yeah, give it to me.
Force him to say that the Man City game and Newcastle game has kicked off. We will be going to see that. But Big D, much love. Thank you so much. The people in the chat, you've been world class. I think we've got over 30 plus likes on there. So keep liking the stream and share it around. And if you come back and watch it on playback, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. As I said, on the road to 1K. It's a bit of a journey, but I'm going to get there. And I just really enjoy just talking about football and talking with Big D, who knows his football. I keep saying to him, go get your channel, mate. And I'm sure one day it will happen. It will happen, mate.
I think I have to get my new laptop first. And on this laptop,
man, get your new laptop, man. Yeah, and think of a name for
it's
it.
It's an old Mac.
And I want to be on there. I want to be the first guest on there, mate. You know,
definitely, Norms. You know that
I want to be the first guest on there. Big up H, man. Every time we are going to go and watch the game.
Big up yourself, my guy.
Listen, as I said, people, smash the likes and please don't forget to the cancer fund for my mate. Please just click on the link and donate what you can. Going to a very, very good cause. My missus just walked in and just to say that you are doing well. And that we're live. You're like, she said, no, we're 6. All right, then don't mess up my runnings, man. Don't mess up my runnings right now, yeah. But listen, it's been absolutely fantastic. Big up to the chat and everybody. Listen, we're gonna move, we're gonna get out of here, and let me just find the thing to close this off. Listen, D, thank you very much. Man. We go again next week, and listen, drive safely tomorrow, and I hope everything goes well with regards to the food and everything. And do your thing on your base, man. You know what I mean?
You know already. Yeah.
You know, take care, people. God bless.